It's your girl Raven from KLM Creationz, and today's video is on the Ombré filled rhinestone tumbler. So I know you're probably like, what you mean? So basically, it is the Starbucks tumblers, the same tumblers you would use for snow globes, but it is filled with rhinestones. Rhinestones, girl. Rhinestones. Okay, so basically, this is not your regular resin rhinestones, okay? But before we get into this video, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button right down below before we get started. And then we just gonna jump right on in, okay? So these are the ones that I have completed. And of course they're the same color because it's the orders that was the orders. So I'm going to use a grande tumbler because a venti tumbler would take entirely too long to use. So we're going to do a grande. And also, y'all, don't get on me in these comments about this broke nail on my thumb, okay? I ain't had time, okay? I ain't had time. So don't get on me. So I'm using a 5x16 drill bit. You want to be careful not to press down on your tumbler while you're drilling. You just want to drill until you hear it pop through and then go ahead and clean off the excess acrylic. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm going to shake it out and use my weeding tool to get the extra out. After that is done, I'm showing you the rhinestones that I use. These are from the Bling Bakery. These are her jelly rhinestones. So you want to use jelly rhinestones because they have that gummy clear look on the back versus the regular rhinestones have that silver backing. And when you're putting the rhinestones in that hole inside the tumbler, you don't have no way of controlling how those rhinestones fall. So you want to use the clear, light, gummy-like stones, which are the jelly stones, so that when they fall in, they fall whichever way and it still looks good. Also, these stones are flat back, so they slide right in. I have not had any issues with them sliding in and not getting stuck. So yes, jelly flat back rhinestones is what you need to be looking for if you're interested in doing the ombre rhinestones. And I did use two colors. I have this clear and I also have the pink. So if you're, of course, you're doing ombre, you need multiple colors or two or whatever. So I was using my weeding tools trying to scoop those rhinestones inside of the tumbler. Then I was like, oh hell no, okay, this is taking me too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get me some painter's tape. And that way I'm just tapping the sides of the tumbler and the rhinestones are falling inside of the hole. Now you can't use a funnel because it's not like glitter. You can't just push it through. These are hard rhinestones. So I would not recommend you trying to use a funnel. Some people do try to drill two holes and all this and that. So just don't try to use a funnel. But sometimes it does get clogged at that hole. So using a weeding tool helps moving it out the way and helps getting those rhinestones inside of the tumbler. So now, after each layer of rhinestones that I pour, you see me tapping the sides of the tumbler, and I'm usually using something wooden. This allows the rhinestones to move before it's full, and it allows you to get all the rhinestones and fill in the gaps. Like sometimes you get when you pour those rhinestones and they don't kind of fall where they need to. So with you tapping the sides of the tumbler, that minimizes the gaps that you may get if you're just consistently pouring the rhinestones in there. So after each layer, after each layer of rhinestones, I go in and I tap the sides of the tumbler. And you can see, like you would see gaps right there if you're looking at your tumbler because the rhinestones are just falling. But with you tapping it, the rhinestones kind of fall into those little gap areas, filling that tumbler up. So that's what I do. After each layer, I tap the sides of the tumbler with something wooden, something that won't scratch the tumbler up. So yes, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and speed past all this. I'm not going to talk y'all head off. Y'all can just go ahead and watch. But I'm basically going to fill up this tumbler halfway with the clear stones before I go in with the pink stones. Go ahead and take the tape off. Now I'm going to get that ombre effect. I'm going to put in a little of the pink, but first I'm going to tap those rhinestones down just to make sure that there's no gaps. So I'm going to put just a little bit of pink in there first. So that gives that ombre effect. And I did go out of frame, y'all. Bear with me because I am not used to recording on my camera. I'm used to my phone, but I'm trying to be professional, okay? So I'm going to pour just a little bit of the pink of rhinestones in there to give off that ombre effect. After I pour that pink, those pink stones in there, then I'm going to go back and pour a little more of the clear stones. This is how you get the ombre effect. Honey, it's the pour for me. I had to slow it down for the pour, okay? So now that I'm done with the clear stones, I am now going to go ahead and finish up the tumbler with the pink rhinestones. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm adding the pink rhinestones in there. And again, after each layer of rhinestones I pour, I will go in and tap the side of the tumbler with something wooden, something that will not scratch the surface of the tumbler. Okay? Like I said, sometimes the stones will get clogged right there by that hole, but take my little weeding tool, move it out the way, and we good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all see. But yeah. at the end of the tumbler, and now it's getting really tight to add these rhinestones in there. So this is where I get the questions all the time: how do the stones not move? So basically, you are packing that tumbler. You don't have any, the stones don't have any room to move. So you want to push as many stones you can inside the hole, and it does get a little difficult because you're thinking like, I can't get any more, but sometimes it helps sliding the tumbler to the side or kind of rotating a little bit. But you want it to be jam tight. I mean, like sardines tight, you know what I'm saying? And when you do that, it doesn't allow the rhinestones to move. So that's what you want to do. That's how the rhinestones don't move. It is jam packed. It ain't got no space to move. What old girl said, her hair don't move. These stones won't move, okay? So pack as many as many rhinestones as you can. And like I said, it does kind of get a little difficult, but kind of rotate the tumbler to the side and get the stones to move to the other side. But that's what you want. You want it to be jam packed so the rhinestones will not move. So the weeding tool, it helps really good because I can kind of push those stones out the way to get more in. But once you know, like once you realize that you can't put no more in there, like it's really tight, that's how you know the tumbler is completed. So yes, and I try to zoom in so you guys can see that I'm over here pushing stones out the way so I can get more and more stones in the tumbler. So that's what you want to do. You see how I'm tapping them? I'm trying to get them all to one side so I can continue to add more stones. So that's what you want to do. And sometimes you can flip the tumbler over. If you see that it's moving or it's shifting down at the top, you know good and too well that it's not completely full. So keep on adding stones. You can't add stones no more. To take the Gorilla Glue clear tape, and I thought I showed it, but I was out of frame. But I'm gonna link everything down in the description. But I take clear pieces, like small pieces of clear tape, and I cover the whole, just 2 small layers of tape. You can use vinyl or anything. You don't have any liquid coming out, so you don't gotta worry about any leakage. That's one of the good things about the Ombré filled tumbler. It's no leakage. So I'm just gonna cover that hole with 2 pieces of small tape. And then after I do that, I'm going to take some mica powder and some UV resin, and I'm going to mix it up in a small medicine cup, and I'm going to go ahead and pour it on the bottom. And then I take my UV light and I cure it for 60 seconds. I cure it twice, just to make sure that it's really cured. And I thought I did all that on camera, but clearly I did not. Like I said, I'm going to link everything in the description box. But yes, and then you're gonna have, you can seal however you want to seal it. That's your personal preference. I just added the pink mica powder to give it a little oomph, you know what I'm saying? But yes, I cure it at the bottom with UV resin, a little mica powder, and boom, bada bam, that's it. I'm gonna show y'all the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. feel free to message me if you have any questions. Don't forget to follow me on IG and TikTok. Don't also forget to subscribe and hit the like button on this video here, okay? And if you got any questions or you want to just join me, follow me on my Facebook group, KLM Creationz Glitter Cup. And y'all stay tuned because KLM Creationz will be launching her very own Rhinestones line. Yes, ma'am. So you don't want to miss out. So make sure you follow me on all platforms. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'll see y'all in the next video.